Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, February 5th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time 2020. The models are in, and Eastern North America is in the crosshairs, as well as the rest of the country. Look at that. The whole country covered in snow, and it's only going to get worse as we enter February. Mid-February, it's looking deep. The big story, the Wu flu, 25,000 global cases confirmed, according to official sources, and an infection rate of over 4,000 a day now worldwide. 495 deaths being reported, and we're keeping a close eye on it. Keep calm. It's boom time. Winter weather is back. Snowstorm wallops the west, heads for central and eastern U.S. Texas, the nexus of the schmexus, is about to get blasted, or just did. Winter weather advisory issued for the south, east of Chicago, starting later Wednesday. As much as 5 inches of snow possible. Heads up, Chi-Town. Major snow possible in southwest Montana. Through Thursday, southwest Montana, including Bozeman and Butte areas for heavy snow. We'll check it out. National Weather Service, North Texas in the bullseye for as much as a foot of snow. Say it ain't snow. And there it is, the big winners. North Central Texas, a foot of snow. A large region of 8 inches, as well as southern New Mexico and the Cascades, 3 feet in some regions over the last 24 hours. This is going to be moving straight up towards Chi-Town. And let's walk you through it. Here's your Wednesday through Thursday. That snow spreading east. Still Thursday. And there's your Friday commute into your Saturday morning, where skiing in the northern Dax is going to be amazing. Then we have a second system pushing through the same area, and the west is going to be dumped upon. System after system after system. We're looking at a major snowpack by mid-February down here. Record numbers. Record snow in Idaho, record snow in Washington and Oregon, and some good snow totals here picking up in the Sierras. We're going to be keeping a close eye on it. Ontario, plan for snow, icy Thursday morning commute. Look at that meridional flow and the jet stream breaking down, keeping the southeast warm and pouring that cold air all the way down to Texas. It's going to be some heavy snow in the Ontario region. Nearly half the population of Canada will be riding out this big one.
Massive unique storm coming to Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland. We'll start small with the numbers and go big. These are the interesting facts of the storm. Number 1, 3 days. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, spreading impacts from Ontario all the way to Newfoundland. 3 areas.
That's just some terrible, terrible parsing. There's your latest forecast. 3 days, 3 separate lows, 6 provinces impacted. Thursday through Saturday. And then we have some terrifying news. The death toll is rising after 2 avalanches in Turkey. Now, the first avalanche sent out a huge crew to recover people, and then that crew of 23 got buried.
The death toll is rising following 2 avalanches in Turkey. At least 28 people are dead in the disaster in the east of the country. Among the victims, 23 members of a rescue team sent to search for people in an earlier avalanche. At least 15 people are still trapped under the snow. Crews say fog, heavy snow, and strong winds are hampering the rescue efforts.
Sounds like a terrible situation in Turkey.
The death toll is rising following 2 avalanches in Turkey.
Yes, we know. A climate activist swam under the Antarctic ice sheet to prove how quickly glaciers are melting. That's just the dumbest thing ever. That proves only one thing, that climate activists do dumb things. Glaciers are melting all the time, and I'm sure he didn't swim under Antarctica itself. He swam under a piece of ice. Probably the water being heated by volcanoes from underneath, so it wasn't really that cold. And those are the facts. Weeks after deadly earthquake, Puerto Rico is rattled again. 5.0, 26 hours ago, in the same region. Absolutely crazy. I'm sure nerves are rattled. That's probably an understatement. -5 this morning. Still cold. We just got done an amazing interview with Dr. Francis Boyle. It's going to be up before this is up. So if you didn't see it, go check it out. Pretty significant quake here. 5.1 off of Mexico, and the Caribbean continues to rumble. No other quakes of note. Got a frat quake there. Looks like a 5 mag in Afghanistan and some mid-ocean ridge spreading down here. We're waiting for Iceland to blow, and I don't have that data up, but the inflation and the earthquakes happening on the southern tip of Iceland is insane. Worldwide volcano news update. No volcanoes of significance, just normal activity worldwide. Check it out, all links below. As usual, Chinese baby tests positive for coronavirus 30 hours after birth. Clearly the mother had passed this on, but we're waiting for more information as this pandemic spreads. China admits its shortcomings in response to the coronavirus. The WHO denies the pandemic. Death toll nears 500, and there is no slowing in sight. Hundreds of U.S. citizens to be evacuated from the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. Around 550 U.S. citizens to board 2 flights departing Wuhan, China, to the U.S. They will be quarantined. Striking coronavirus mutations found within one family cluster, Chinese scientists say. And this is what Dr. Boyle was telling us in the interview, that this has gain function. So it's very easy, this particular virus, to mutate from one host to the next, which is bad news. Good news, study claiming the coronavirus could be transmitted by people without symptoms was flawed. Now, I don't know if that means they pulled it off the shelf because they don't want you to know the facts, or it was flawed. That's actually some good news coming out on the interwebs. Now, Dr. Boyle said on our interview that coronavirus is an offensive biological warfare weapon. And we'll leave you links to this other exclusive interview he did with Geopolitics and Empire a few days ago. And the conspiracy theories fly. Wuhan and Harvard and Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there's a connection to the BL4 lab, the bioweapons lab in Wuhan, and Jeffrey Epstein. Can you believe this? Read the blog post here. In fact, Epstein gave exorbitant amounts of money, at least $9 million, pledging $30 million to researchers funded by DoD, DARPA, and IARPA, and NIH at Harvard. One of Harvard's most prominent scientists, who received $18 million from DoD and NIH, was arrested and charged for operating a secret lab in Wuhan just days ago. Oh, and the plot thickens like a soup. And so do the solutions. Specific plant terpenoids and lignoids possess potent antiviral activities against SARS and maybe the Wu flu. Check out the paper. This is coming out in 2007. There are 30 compounds here, including curcumin, which is in turmeric, licorice root, which we've already been touting, algae, and others that actually make interferon in your body that help protect from this virus. So I will leave links to the paper below, and we will be developing a list of these herbs to share with you in a coming update on how you can protect yourself from the virus. Here's the Wu Flu Live numbers. I'll leave you links to this. It's updated pretty consistently. And let's just give it another whirl around here, see if the numbers changed. They usually get updated midday, pretty much staying at the same rate. No slowing down. You can see this curve is getting steeper as we move forward. And the total infections worldwide is now separating from the China line, which is not good news. But only 30 cases worldwide outside of China. U.S. oil industry is already suffering from the coronavirus, and you're benefiting. Lower prices at the pump, so you can drive away from the disease. Renowned Canadian scientist Frank Plummer dies in Kenya. Immunologist, virologist, worked at the Canada lab where all the conspiracy theories are coming from, and now he's dead, dropped dead. Did he have the Wu flu? Who knew? I can imagine conspiracy theories flying about this. Links will be below so you can create your own. Chill in the air. Earth about to enter 30-year mini ice age with minus 50 C temperatures and coldest region, scientists warn. Now, Diamond warns that this Earth is always gets to minus 50 C every winter. So Diamond warns that. But the mini ice age now coming back all around the interwebs because Rush Limbaugh talked about it. Awesome. And Trudeau, who knew Trudeau? Trudeau walks back his claim that everyone was going to need to be licensed that's a broadcaster. Freedom of speech, you don't need a permit to say whatever you want. Well, sometimes you do, depending on where you're standing. But if you're talking in your own barn, I mean, what? I need a permit to talk in my barn and people to listen to me? Are you kidding me? So, some sanity coming from Kennedy. Hello. Sea level rise accelerating along the U.S. coastline. Scientists warn. Now, if you read the article, it's not, they don't. They do, but it has nothing to do with you. In fact, the article says that some places on the East Coast, sea level appears to be rising, while the West Coast, sea level is falling. But that's because on the West Coast, the plate is rising, so it appears as if the water's falling. And then, anyway, these charlatans. How can it be your fault that glaciers are melting and sea level is only rising in some areas? Apparently, there's some flaws in your methodology. What is happening in the East Coast is massive longshore drift, which has been happening forever, where all this sand gets taken and moved away, and they have to continuously pump more sand out here. And so if they could just blame you, maybe the government will cover the cost of pumping more sand out on their beaches. If they could just blame climate change, your tax dollars will allow them to pump more sand out here because sea level's rising. Oh my. Where are we? U.S. nuclear weapons submarine. We're developing new nukes. Did you know that? Apparently it doesn't want to load. And they don't want you to know. But fungi that eats radiation is growing on the walls of Chernobyl's ruined nuclear reactor. Who knew there was bacteria that ate radiation? Well, you do now. There's even pictures of the buggers right here. This photomicrograph depicts Cryptococcus neoformans using light India ink staining prep, which is a radioactive eating bacteria. Pretty awesome stuff. As we create more nukes, thankfully, I'll show you the link below on the nukes. There it is. U.S. military deploys new type of nuclear weapon seen as key to countering Russia. Well, we've got the bacteria. That's all I got to say. Leonardo da Vinci's visionary notebooks are now online, and you can browse all 500 digitized pages. It's amazing. You're welcome.
Rescue Attack Center, designated Sierra 6-3, Master 1, Ice Pick Site.
Oh man, that didn't go well. Creepy. 800 ancient stones with Hebrew writing in Puerto Rico authenticated and then destroyed by the earthquake. Yeah. Hopefully they're all wrapped up real nice. This picture's not coming in clear, and if you check out the links below, you're going to be blown away. But apparently the powers that be don't want you to see the ancient Hebrew writing in Puerto Rico on the island. There's also a site in New Mexico with this same type of Hebrew writing, and we're going to be go cover that in the spring or sometime this summer. It's going to be pretty awesome. So just wanted to share that awesome fact with you. Also, an ancient well found to be over 7,000 years old, making the oldest wooden structure ever discovered, is extremely fascinating. The way that the wood was carved, and there it is. This is a well that was dug and reinforced 7,000 years ago by hunter-gatherers who didn't know how to farm. LeakCon 2020. All right, can you handle the truth? Tickets are live and for sale, and will be linked below. They're going quickly. Get yours. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. I got to run. It's been fun. Hopefully, I'll see you tonight. Check out the interview with Dr. Boyle. And by the way, 7 of our last 9 videos have been demonetized because of what we're talking about. If you want to help the channel, become a new Patreon. Give $1 a month. We sacrifice for your knowledge. Be safe. We love you. That's